Hey, what's up, guys? The video's about staying with her, never move in with her, never. Like, if anything, you guys can have, you can be on the same, make sure your name is on the lease. If you're gonna do this, I'm just saying, everybody's situation is the same. I understand you guys stay somewhere, I've been there before too, but if you're gonna stay, if you guys are gonna stay together, make sure both your names is on the lease. That way, you got some skin in the game. But never just move in with a girl cold turkey, because this was gonna happen. And this, I'm using prime example. I was dealing with this chick, and like I say, off and on now I kind of, you got to play these mind games with them, right? Because they get too used to you, that's when they start to play with you. So right now, I got her, I got her on the sideline. But the girl I met online or whatever years ago, and then eventually, it was my turn. That's what I'm getting at. I was messaging her here and there, and then eventually my time came up. So anyway, hooking up with her, stuff like that, having the best time of my life. So I ended up moving in with her. I was down bad, lost my car and everything like that. My job, I ain't have nothing. I was just flat on my butt. And she was kind of chick, she liked light-skinned dudes or whatever like that. I took advantage of it. And I was staying with her for free. I was getting my little, Social Security, unemployment check. And I paid like the little tiny bill, like the internet, and then I think the light bill. That was it. I wasn't really contributing at all. So everything was all good. She working, she's still working with like that. She got two kids, but the time she had the one kid was a teenager. But at the time, that's the thing too. When you deal with these women, if you can bear it, don't stop sleeping with them. Don't stop sleeping with them, because at that time, I was like, oh man, I ain't got time for that. I was quick to just not give up the goods. So I was, hooking up with her, staying with her free and stuff like that. Everything was good, and then after a while, I was like, well, this unemployment about to start drying up. I need to go look for work. So everything was good, but I was like, she was asking me to throw the trash out, like little simple stuff, like throw the trash out. You know what I mean? That was pretty much all she wanted me to do. So it was time she'd get off work. I just got on the game. That's all I did, was play the game all day. The entire time I was there. She'd get back from work, the trash wasn't thrown out. She'd get mad. Then I would continue to do that. I would it was something about it. I would not throw the trash out. So every time she come home, the trash was thrown out, she'd get mad or whatever like that. So after a while, I just stopped sleeping with her. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Guys do it too, man. I don't want to think women to come, you got your roommate or whatever like that. And in certain situations, some of you guys try to sugarcoat oh, we're going to be roommates, and then hopefully she'll just start sleeping with me. Nah, bro, you got to let her know off the rip. Hey, you got to get bent over, you come over here. But anyway, and you got to pay half on rent. But no, so in that case, in that situation I was in, I just stopped sleeping with her. So that was already a huge problem. She wasn't she was a big girl, you know what I mean? But she was still she still get dudes or whatever like that. So she was curvy, whatever you want to call it. But she wasn't no Rasputia, but she was just a big old Nancy built chick. So stopped sleeping with her, so that just made it even worse. So as time went on, she came in one day and she decided to kick me out. So she had her cousin come over like that or whatever. So ended up kicking me out. I grabbed my little bag, trash bag full of clothes. I called up one of the other girls I was messing with. She came and picked me up, and then I took off from there. So, with that being said, I messed up 100%. Clearly, first of all, I moved in with her, didn't have my name on the lease, but I just moved in with her, and then on top of that, I didn't contribute. So I messed up. That was 100% on me. That's one thing. When I make these videos, I'm telling you guys what it is. I'm not trying to be one-sided. I'm not gonna be one-sided. I'm just telling you guys what it is. Perfect example. So moved in with her, was staying for free, wasn't throwing the trash out, wasn't cleaning up, wasn't doing none of that, and then I stopped sleeping with her. So that was it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I tell you guys this, man, when you move in with these females, make sure your name is on the lease. I know some of you guys out there, you probably watching the video right now, your name ain't on the lease, you've been staying there rent-free and all that stuff like that. At some point in time, even if everything's going right, she's gonna get used to you being there. So when she gonna, it's I guess when you meet a celebrity or something like that, you're all like, oh, a celebrity, you got big eyes and stuff like that. But after a while, you keep seeing that celebrity day in and day out, you get used to them. And then all that image of that celebrity goes away because you get used to that person. So that what happened with me. She was all happy, she got me this and that, but as time went on, she got used to me. And that's gonna happen throughout the relationship. I'll talk about that in another video. And then like I said, I wasn't helping out, I wasn't paying any bills, and I wasn't sleeping with her. So that's every reason she had to kick me out. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? We talked about it later on, but this is what it is. Even though I tell her stuff to make her feel bad, but that's just reality. I didn't contribute to her whatsoever. So there's no need for me to be there, and there wasn't a need for me to be there. So you guys meeting these women, it's so important to get your own place, because if a woman knows you're relying on her, that's when the problem's going to start to occur. Especially when you're not working, you don't have a car. She's literally carrying the load for you, for both of you. So don't be surprised you start to demasculate you, make you feel less of a man, which is demasculating you, down talking you to her friends and family, all this, yada, yada, yada. So what happens is, a lot of times the women will wait, because they'll give you a lot of time to get your shit together. A lot of times these women will wait, and then they'll start to look for something else. You know what I mean? They'll start to look for something else, because you got to remember, average looking woman, she got an unlimited amount of guys trying to get at her on the daily, whether it's online, in person, at work, you know what I mean, throwing out anywhere. She always have guys trying to shoot at her every day. As far as I know, she has every day guys trying to talk to her. Maybe not when she gets super old, but even when she get old, if she look a certain way, she still gonna have guys trying to get at her. That's just life, so you gotta keep that in mind. A lot of guys in that situation think that, oh, I'm good, you know what I mean, I ain't going nowhere, she hooked on me for life. Nah, bro, at a certain important time in her life, she's gonna start to change. She gonna want something different. Not necessarily something better, but she gonna want something different, especially when she got guys that have a car, they have their own place, they have a job. Everything that you don't have. I ain't saying they ain't gotta be balling out of control, but just they have the necessities in life. So as time go on, those guys that's been shooting at her for so long, guess what? She gonna start to reply to them. She gonna start to like they pitch. She gonna start to open up to them. And that's when the flood, that's it. After that, you in big trouble, because once she get to that position to where she got a guy that's gonna do stuff for her, it's hard to get them back. You know, man, I know some chicks who just like that, but they like that when they're younger. But when they get older, they start to see, how it should be, how they should be moving, what kind of guys they should be talking to, and then they go that route or whatever. That's normally what it is. So a lot of times when you deal with women like that, it's because they're young, and they'll go through that phase. Not all of them, but a lot of them will go through that phase where they'll take care of a man, or a guy. He's not a man at that point, a guy, and then at some point in time, they'll just leave you alone. Now you got some women who probably won't do that, but it's a very small, a tiny amount of women that, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, unless if she is still like that, that's because ain't no guy want her, or if a guy do want her, it's the one that she don't want. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna use him for example again, Chris Brown. If you got a big old Section 8 chick somewhere with 5 kids, she already at the bottom, she down bad, that's all she know. So she run across a guy like Chris Brown, what do you think she gonna do? You know what I mean? She gonna try everything in her power to keep him around. She gonna be tricking on him and all this. This is what it is. Before you find a good looking woman who gonna do that, nah, bro. Like, the only time you gonna catch her doing that, unless when she real young. But as she get to a certain age to where she start to open her eyes up to all the possibilities, nah, she ain't even looking your way. And that's just the hard truth. So you don't never want to move in with a man. I mean, like I said, if you guys are really just trying to work on something, make sure you got your own. Make sure you got your own car, you got your job. And then same thing with her. That way it makes sense financially. Just don't move in with her because she gonna let you stay there. You already know. But a lot of you don't care. You just think that you in a good position that you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna be there for a good little while. Cause I done met several women who in that situation, who they dealing with, but it's always because they insecurity. They got insecurities. That's why they keeping that guy there. But when they start getting older, bro, like, nah, they ain't gonna be doing it no more. So anyway, you guys move in. If you ain't got nothing to offer, whatever, like I said, man, if you just jumping from couch to couch, I mean, do you, but you never want to do that because a woman see you as less than. Because like I said, you're not offering nothing to her life. So she gonna start seeing you as less than. She might like it, you that cool guy on the block or whatever like that. But as time goes on, she gonna start getting used to it, and she gonna start to realize that, okay, I don't need him here. And then she can easily find another guy who will take your place, but you so busy thinking that, oh yeah, man, I'm in a good spot, that you're not looking at the future. You're just looking at the present. So that's all it is to it, man. So it's always, if you're in a bad situation, I understand, because everybody's situation is not the same. If you're in a bad situation, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's so important for you to get back on your feet, to get on your feet. That way you can be self-sufficient. Because, and I'm gonna say this too, I had so many women when I didn't have anything, if that makes sense. All I had was like a car, a little hoopty. That's all I had. I had so many women in my life. But as soon as I got my own place, I started having a little money in my pocket, that car started looking a little different. It wasn't the same. And that's something that you just gotta accept. That's something that you just gotta accept in life. So don't get mad because you start doing good for yourself and then the quantity of women start to drop. At that point, it ain't about quantity, it's about the quality of women. And this is what it is. It's just weird because a lot of women, they don't like guys who's self-sufficient because they look at you as a threat. They want a guy who's down and out, down and bad. That way they can manipulate, they can use you. They know you're not going nowhere. Because a lot of women, they like guys like that who can't do for themselves because they know you have limitations and they ain't got worried about you up and leave them because you ain't got no options. Women love for guys to be in that position. So again, man, if you move in with a woman, make sure both of y'all names on the lease. And you know, if you decide just to move in just because, don't do it. If you can just be on your own, just do that, bro, instead of you moving in with her. Because as I said, at a certain time in y'all relationship or in the situation y'all in, she gonna get used to you being there, and then that's when the problems are gonna occur. So never put yourself in a position where you out on your ass and she knows that, and then that's when she gonna start taking advantage of you. Because women, as much as it's weird, because they want a guy who got all this stuff going on, all that going on, but they won't even come by no more. Compared if you was staying on your cousin's couch, she come by every weekend after work, giving you the good stuff, and then she going home. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. So again, guys, like I say, if you're just in a terrible position, do what you gotta do. But if you able to take care of yourself, get your own place, do that. Never sacrifice that to move in with a woman. Now I said, if you building a relationship up later on down the road or something like that, I don't know if you want to have a family and this and that, yeah, go that route. But if you're able to have your own place, never do that. Never sacrifice you having your own place to move in with a woman. Never do that. I mean, I'm in a situation right now and I love it. Peace and quiet always there. If you got a chick come through every now and then, that's cool, whatever like that. But you don't have any pressure, man. You know what I mean? You don't have any pressure. You don't have to. Sometimes you probably don't want to see her, all the time like that or whatever. You got that option. So I'm just telling you guys that if you have an option to have your own place, do that. And then, and like I said, if you're just in a bad spot or whatever like that and she offered to let you stay, do that. But hurry up and get back on your feet, man. So again, guys, if you got any, thing to talk about, comment section down below. If you like the video, if you don't like the video, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. And you already know, no matter what, always protect your peace and your pockets. All right.